This is your Captain Rudy speaking. We are soon about to land at our brand new destination, Tiny Atoll Zoo. We are about to make our approach on the island in just a bit, so lean back, relax, fasten your seatbelts and be ready for this brand new adventure. And with that, welcome to my brand new zoo project in which we are building a tiny zoo on tiny atolls on an island somewhere in the Caribbean or wherever you like, basically. It's not really set in any type of Caribbean sea. I have some gentle, friendly, vibey music for us and a very nice project in which we are only going to have small animals or tiny animals if you wish. We are using the ocean map by Leaf. It's basically a diorama extended to what you can normally do. So it's a little bit bigger so we can actually make these wonderful islands. You will be seeing me doing these islands now. I did cut out a couple of things. This is my final version of the atolls. I did do a couple of variants before I was happy. I also tried myself on some of the career maps to turn them over into something, but I was never so happy because I really wanted to be in the ocean. So that is what we're doing. But why this project? What are we even doing here? Well, my friends. You know, I had to end Planet Zoo's favorite project, at least in my opinion. I'm just kidding. Vendo Zoo was obviously my big project after Zoo Sicily. I wanted to continue so badly, but after so many attempts to fix it and to bring it all back, I kind of did not really enjoy myself anymore in this project. And that's toxic to making YouTube content that is enjoyable for you and for me alike. So I knew it has to be a change. And the change also is super important because of, you know, Jurassic World Evolution 3 around the corner and all the other kind of stuff on my channel. Planet Coaster 2, I also want to go back to City Skyline so badly with the new DLC approaching. Realistically, having more projects at hand that I'm feeling not so eager to build with is not a good idea. And that is why I decided to create a new project that I wanted to do for so long already and where I can limit myself again. And limitation can cause creativity quite often, actually. So I thought, why not give myself the challenge to build a rather tiny zoo on some tiny islands and only letting myself build with tiny animals to have everything tiny and hopefully keeping that project not tiny but, you know, reasonably small, I guess. I'm also still lurking at a brand new Planet Zoo next year, who knows, but, you know, if we follow the logic, if we are here to see the signs, there is a big chance that next year may be the year of Planet Zoo 2. And let's be honest, from the day it may actually become announced, everything will be different with Planet Zoo 1. So I'm really not feeling myself committing to a huge project like the ones before anymore. So we are here, but that shall not say anything less than this is going to be amazing. I just want to have fun again with the project, and let me tell you, I had a lot of fun. The first 6 episodes at the point of talking to you, at the time of recording, are already done and dusted. So this is already secured, and I do have another week spare to me, so another week for free, so to say. It's not really free, I've got a family though, but you know, I don't need to work, I've got some holidays. So I will try to get the first 10 episodes sorted. Maybe not. I'm gonna wait for some feedback on the first episode now, to your ideas, what we can do in here. And I really want you to jump right into the comments and just go crazy, just enjoy yourself, what you would love to see in this project. Just give me some ideas. It doesn't even need to be an animal. It can be anything related to these islands. If you've got a great idea how to make a, I don't know, Bora Bora hut or an Easter egg we should bring in, or just something that comes to your mind when it goes to these kind of islands, I would love to read a lot of comments. Lately, the comment game on YouTube has been really hard. Like, the views and stuff is all good, but people seem not to comment anymore these days. It's really like, you see these videos like 10-ish thousand of views and then like, well, 20 comments. That is ridiculous. So please guys, be active in the comments. That is, for me personally, this is the the biggest joy playing this game for me is going into the conversation with you guys, reading through the comments. I may not reply to all of them, but I am really reading all of them and getting the ideas soaked in, and like I really want to. So please ensure that we have a lot of comments going on, what you would love to see in here, what type of animals. Again, the first 6 animals are already in place, so you can also try to guess which ones we will have in here. I also thought about maybe putting some small animal kind of heads screenshots at the beginning. I'm not sure if I have. You know, I may actually edit that in and you have an idea which of those may already have made it in. But if not, stay excited and curious to what this is going to be. Because I must say, the first habitats, like, it's so fun. This completely new project, kind of, I don't know why, but it sparked my creativity. I almost built this all on one day, which usually isn't the case. Like, I think the first habitat took me like 3 hours, the second one, 1.5, the third one, an hour, and the other one too, I guess. And then, like, because you become so fast at some point, and seeing this, I would need to lock myself in for a week and see what I could do with this. That would be insane, to be honest, but I don't really have a week, I guess. Neither my wife nor my kids would be happy with me leaving for a week just playing some computer games, which I can totally understand, by the way. But yeah, I just like a little bit of a thought, you know. It could be fun. It could be. I don't know. Yeah. Anyways, it's been so cool to build this. I did a couple of tests here and there to make it even look more Caribbean, ocean, whatever, azure. It's like, I tried, but it didn't look too well. I tried a couple of things here with some different types of foliage, and like if I can mimic how this looks from above when you look at these kind of atolls and stuff. Yeah. Oh, by the way, I just figured there's like a fun little puzzle game out there which just got released a couple of days ago or weeks ago. I don't know when exactly, the time of recording, time of releasing of the video. I don't know. It's in the span of the last 2 months. There's a little game that is called Tiny Atolls. I have no idea. I had no idea. I did my research before if there was a Planet Zoo project or so called like that, or Planet Coaster or whatnot, just to check out if anyone has claimed the name yet or so. And so I was coming across this game, which actually could be in our niche, but for me personally, it just looked a little bit too much like Dorfromantik at the first glance. But I may give it a go now, as this project is called like this as well. But there's no connection to this game or whatsoever. It's just like, you know, this is an atoll I'm building over here, and it's tiny, so it's a very straightforward name. There's no wizardry in that name, so I don't think there's any license you can have to that name. Whatever. I just wanted to mention that it's not my intention to grab any of the attention from this game or whatnot. It's just like very occasionally I just came across that one. However, I think it's the first time I can really build with the Indonesian set. I remember when the set was released, especially Eben went crazy in Kuali using this set. I've never really played around with this set so much. I know that I've used a lot of the wooden beams from the set and a lot of other things, but I never really did a build with these things, so that's my first time, and I'm so freaking happy to do this. It's so fun, because there are so many pieces in here that they look fantastic. I have to, though, take a little moment. So I've got a week, actually 2 weeks off from work. I took them to create content. It's the first time ever I did this, but like there's so much going on at work at the moment, and I don't want to sacrifice anything, which I can't, because my first job being my first job by default, I have to focus on that one, and I also want to focus on family. So I thought, you know, I'm gonna take a couple days off to prepare some content for you guys, to make sure that I can cover the release of Jurassic World Evolution 3 and still make the same kind of content I wanted to, and be ready. Also, there's Anno coming end of year, so there's so much coming that I was like, okay, there's no way I'm gonna make this next to my normal job and family and whatnot. So I decided to take some time off and do this. And while I was doing this, and now having a lot more time at hand, because I'm actually doing as if I was working just only from home, I played a lot of hours of Planet Zoo, and in the evening I switched right over to Planet Coaster 2. And I remember doing this about a year ago, I guess, very much to the beginning of Planet Coaster 2, which was in the Christmas days when I had some time. And I must admit, back in the day, I was so happy to go back to Planet Zoo, because Planet Zoo felt just so much better. It looked better, it felt better, it just felt more like a Planet game. And I never had this direct comparison like on the same day and also spending a lot of time in both games at the same time. And I must admit, guys, we are ready for Planet Zoo 2, because even Planet Coaster 2 now is miles ahead of this game. And by any means, this is negative against or like towards Planet Zoo. Planet Zoo is a brilliant game. But now that Planet Coaster 2 has made giant leaps forward in terms of build kind of quality of live updates and features and whatnot, everything about Planet Zoo is so hard at this point. Oops, I just hit my microphone. It's a typical Rudy episode, yay! But no, everything feels now a little bit forced, you know? I want to build path in a completely different way. I want to scale things. I'm like really fiddling around with some pieces in this build to get this right, and I don't have the scaling option, and I'm constantly looking for that. I already got so used to pressing X one more time, because, you know, on X you toggle through the different gizmo modes, and as in Planet Zoo 2 and in other games as well, you have also scaling as an option. So that was a bit of a challenge, to be honest. After a couple hours, obviously, I got back into the rhythm. But when I was then joining back into Planet Coaster 2, oh my god, just like confusing everything. I wish to go into Planet Zoo 2 if it existed. But no, if I go back to Planet Coaster 2, I just figured, yeah, you know what, it's just better, and I could build quicker. And I was like, that is interesting, and it's a very good testament to Frontier that they made it. But you know, I wanna not talk too negative or whatever. It's just like, it was a lot of fun building in Planet Zoo over here, and this project is gonna be so good. I can only tell you, it's so vibey. It's so vibey. It's gonna you'll look at this in a couple seconds from the real-time part. There's a couple of things I did off screen, so it's gonna be a bit of a different save file I'm gonna load into. But oh boy, it was so much fun to build, and it was exactly what I needed. You know, it was exactly what I needed. Besides that, I wanted to continue this time around in Venlo Zoo. It's not that I intentionally started something new to spark my creativity. I did not know what I needed. It's so good to see that I needed to really be back in a new project. And it's been a while that we haven't done European stuff, you know. Also, my product in Planet Coaster 2, they're all European based and stuff. Finally being somewhere completely else and just like tropical, vibey, so good. I can't wait to do more. But let's have a look in game. Alright, we are looking at the sign of the time. No, actually, this is the sign of our zoo, the Tiny Atoll. And this is the entrance area of the zoo, so nothing too special about this. It's gonna change in the next coming episodes. I did take out a couple of things because that would already reveal too much, but you can see, you know, there's a little private jet. Oh, by the way, I did use a couple of wonderful blueprints, which I definitely want to credit. So I'm gonna put all the different blueprint thingies on screen right now, so you can see from who I got this from the workshop. A couple of the builds are very nice indeed, and I did use them. So the whole helipad plane and so on are all one set, and you know, I thought people have been building some great stuff, so there's no need for me to do that again, because they have just really crushed it. So yeah, this is the entrance building. You can either land by plane, you can come by heli, or you can also arrive by boat, but again, this area will change eventually, so don't you worry about that one. We are going to have like a little dock area as well, but like having just that look over here with the helicopter is so cool. You know, also we are getting rid of the barriers in the background. It's just like, for the moment being, I have this like this, but the illusion is going to be kept fully at some point. So yeah, this is the arrival area, you know, very simple. I envision like there's obviously the spawner is hidden in here, but I envision like, you know, people come from the you know, runway, and then it's very small over here. They just come in, and then there's like this little kind of walkway queue thingy, blah blah. You go here, blah blah, check in, go in, and then you just go out here and you are welcomed into the park. This is gonna be made a bit more nicer with some benches eventually, and then you're already in our zoo, the Tiny Atoll. Again, we will have more ways to get to this park over here, but as it is somewhere at an atoll, I imagine there's no way around. You need to get here. So the zoo after all, will not be so crazily full. Because it is relatively limited. It's a super expensive experience, I assume. So we can also deal with certain, you know, expenses, I should say, to make it all look a little bit nicer and so on than usual, but also like go fully with the vibe and make it super like tropical, Caribbean. Again, I don't want to limit myself to any specific style. I don't want to go Bora Bora, I don't want to go Indonesian, I don't want to go Hawaiian. It doesn't really matter. I just want to go what I feel like. It's going to be like a mashup of tropical vibes, I guess, and just a very open kind of fun, creative little series, okay? So that is going to make you guys hopefully enjoy this series as much as you potentially can, because I enjoy myself so much. So here we go. I'm just going to show you the map real quick in game. So this is how it looks, and I'm a little afraid to click on the barrier, but we should be able to drag it down because I do have free build enabled. So basically what's going to happen is going to look like this. In some of the other files I've already done this, but apparently that looks a lot nicer when we look like here we have like a proper horizon, you know. That just gives you that idea of a real island area. Also the helicopter over here. Oh man, what do I wish now to have the platforms from Planko, because they would be so fun to just kind of create some fake stuff. But as you can tell over here, this is a perfect situation to maybe also use the cruise ship at some point. But I'm gonna show you something real quick. So if we head over to the rides, the transport rides over here, we can see the transport boat fits also right in when it comes to the size. You know, that is definitely the size we want to have, and I'm looking into where we can fit this because it would be very fun to have like a little boat tour go around. So maybe on this side over here, and then have that go around all the islands. I don't know, but yeah, we're not yet there. It's gonna be fun. I don't even know, can this thing have multiple stations, by the way? I've never built this, so I don't even know. Can we have like another station? Hold on, station, build one, and we can continue, right? Is that like still working? Hold on, wait. I just gonna go and, oh yeah, there you go. Just go on, and can I have like another station maybe? So that could be a little boat tour from station to station, right? Is this acting as a transport ride as well, right? Oh, it is. Ooh. So yeah, the question is actually answered. We are going to have like a boat ride connecting the islands together. Oh yeah, that's fun. I didn't even think about this before, but I was like, yeah, you know, I have that. Actually, you know what? That was my wife telling me that this would be a fun thing. Also having some bridges going from one island to the other. But I could imagine that, for example, a bridge from here to here is really not... Wait, I don't even have the cursor activated. Give me a second. So now you see the cursor. That makes things a lot more easy to spot. So, again, as I said, like there's a bridge going over here. That is fairly simple. There's also going to bridge here and a bridge here. So they are nice. They don't really destroy the image too much. Same goes for that lower part here. But there's no way I'm going to connect these two, and then you have to branch out into these areas. But if we would have a boat ride connecting all the islands together, that would be technically the easiest way to connect these two together. And I think that would also look very fun to have boats cruising around. The only question is, can I get it in a color scheme that it almost looks like real, as if real boats drive around? We'll see about that, but I could do one station. Also, looking at the island, knowing that I'm almost fully done with the first island, I can only tell you it's looking so good. I just want to, you know, it's kind of a little bit of a shameless plug over here for the future episodes, but it is so good, my friends. It's so freaking amazing, I must say. It is absolutely amazing. One thing I also need to mention, which is also pretty amazing, is the sponsor of the channel. That is Instant Gaming. If you guys need a game or anything like that, there is a link here in the description, as always, to Instant Gaming. You guys can grab a game from there, and by doing this via my link, you directly support me, because the way it works is basically every purchase is going towards my account. I need to kind of get a certain amount of purchases to have whatever is done in my contract, but I don't want to go into detail. I think I'm not even allowed to, but whatever. You know, that is helping me directly. It's the easiest way to kind of help me out as support for the channel, because you guys get a game or in-game currency and whatnot for a good value, and I do benefit from it directly, which is amazing. And this is the best way to help me out if you want to. But surely enough, you also could just hit subscribe on the channel or like the video. That is also very fine by me. Yeah, there's not really that much I can talk about in today's episode, only that this is going to be our hump day slot from now on. You might be wondering, hey dude, it's Sunday. You're right, I'm not going crazy, but I thought first episode is a bit of a special, and then you get second episode on coming Wednesday, and then we go, every Wednesday there's going to be a new episode of Tiny Atoll. Put it in your calendars, whatever. The first 6 episodes are already scheduled then by the time this aired. So it's gonna be so fun. It's gonna be fun. Oh god, guys, this is going to be absolutely amazing, and I can't wait to show you more because it turned out way better than I thought. It was like a brief idea that just came to my head, and I was like, I have to give it a shot. And afterwards, doing the runway and so on, I knew that's it. Also, I'm going to improve the runway quite a bit in the future episodes. It's not a finished thing quite yet. We're going to do some road marks and blah, blah, blah. So it looks actually a little better. I'm also going to enlarge that a little bit realistically. There's almost no way you would land this thing over here. It's kind of dangerous because the runway is super narrow, You'd easily chop off your wings. So I guess I'm going to move out these helipads a little bit as well, and do a couple of things with this. I think I even did already for the future episodes. I can't remember. It's all my brain. I've done so much in the last couple of days in these games. I'm kind of, it's all blurring, so I don't know which is which or whatnot. So guys, thank you so much. Hopefully you guys are as excited as I am about this series, because certainly I am, and hopefully you guys can't wait to see what's going on in the next episodes too. Thank you so much, and now go into the comments, make them burn, tell me what you would love to see in this project, what kind of ideas you have, and so on and so forth. Thank you so much, have a good one, and bye.